back at it again. All right. Got it. Listen, we're closing in on 1,000 subscribers. So do me a favor. Do all the particulars. Hit the bell, the like, the subscribe. Mostly the subscribe. Let's get some more subscribers here. Comment, leave some messages, do whatever you want. I don't care. Do this real quick. Man, I wish I had a blooper reel. That thing just snapped right off of there. All right, check it. What are these? These are just some lightweight. They look like canvas joggers. They got a little bit of, been finding this a lot in stuff. There's just little imperfections in these things. There's a little paint mark right there. I don't know if you can see that. These are Anthropologie. They're, let's see, there is a tag in here. And all it says is made in China. Pilcrow. Not familiar. Familiar with Anthropologie. Not familiar with these, but these are cool. They're lightweight joggers, but they're like I don't know how to describe them. Anyway, that's those drawstrings, elastic band, the whole shebang. Picked up these Kappa. These are Kappa shorts. They're smaller. They're medium, I think. No, these are large. They're just athletic shorts, and they got the Kappa logo running down the side. They do have a little bit of a hole right there. I found a pair of these sweats, and they sold really quick. So I figured, hey, let's pick up the shorts. Everything else is in good order except for that one mark by the pocket there. I don't know if that's going to make an issue. Well, okay, this Champion's different. It has to be the right stuff. We have sold one of these before. It did pretty well. This looks to be like it may be a vintage. It is reverse weave, says it right there, XL. It's just a pullover crew neck Champion embroidered. Not embroidered, but I guess that's kind of a stitch on raised logo. But it does have some distressing in the back. I don't know if that's like bleach markings or whatever, but it makes it kind of look cool, if you ask me. So I don't know. We'll see. Don't know what it, none of this stuff, I haven't comped any of this stuff. I just wanted to get this done before I started posting it. This is a Sport Tex US, not familiar with the label, but it's pretty cool. It's like a fishnet, kind of a Jamaican Rastafari tank top. Sport Tech US. Again, I haven't comped any of this stuff. What size is this? XL. It says XL, but you know, don't look very XL to me. This is a Gianfranco Ruffini Golf. Kind of a sleeveless, full zip sweater. And then it's got the that pattern in the front. So again, I don't know what any of this stuff is worth. And really, we couldn't find our Goodwill Bins. Kind of, I'll tell you this whole thrifting phenomena, and more so in the I've mentioned them before. Guys like Jacob Starr. There's a show called a YouTube page called, I think it's called Bid Stitch. And there's a whole industry of, and most of you probably know this, so I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but there's a whole industry of vintage wear. And the younger generation has kind of bought into that, and there is money to be made if you can find the right item, but finding that right item is pretty tough. So there's one Bins. It's not even in our area. It's an hour away, but that's the closest one to us, and it's pretty full. And it's a competition to get in there. It's like a freaking mosh pit to get in there and kind of mingle in there when they bring out the new bins and so forth. So I kind of lean back and just kind of get the table scraps and so on. I'm a little old to be mixing it up. I mean, if it was a Dead Kennedys concert, I might get in there, but it's been a while. So hey, good on the kids, man. I keep calling them kids. They probably think that's an insult, but I'm old, so, well, older. Anyway, I think it's pretty cool that the younger generation is kind of into this thing and kind of preserving and bringing back some of the vintage stuff. My mother used to always say that the styles always come back. And that certainly is true, especially in this vintage underground that's going on. So anyway, and there's this industry is far and beyond eBay and everything else. I mean, they have actual like conferences and shit where guys are like, go check out a couple of those Bid Stitch episodes. I mean, dude is going to like Japan, and there's Levi's that are selling for $250,000 and so on and so forth. So anyway, let's keep moving on here. This is a Columbia. It seems to be vintage, but I'm not sure. Not the vintage and what we were just talking about, but it's just a kind of a tennis skirt, if you will, I guess. Cloth. What would it be? Just cotton, I guess. Yeah, 50% cotton. For 50% rayon. So it's nothing special, but I thought, Columbia, it's different. Columbia is a good brand. We just sold a pair of Columbia shorts. So, whatever. This is a Fallout Boy. This, I guess, would be considered vintage. It is not single stitch, but it is a band tee, Fallout Boy 2001. That's kind of your pop punk, I guess, genre. This is an XL on the jerseys tag. There will be a point where, God, there's a lot of pilling on this, but it's pretty cool. It's vintage. There will be a point where vintage no longer only encapsulates being single stitched. I'll be like super vintage for t-shirts. There is now a point where, and I don't know where single stitch kind of phased out and they started going with the double stitch on the sleeves, but if anybody knows, put it in the comments. I'd love to be educated on it. I know when you find the single stitch, it's pretty cool. We have a couple of single stitch tees in our inventory. It's not a selling point by itself, but it does help, especially with the vintage style. So you still have to have a good shirt. You still have to have, all that good stuff. So here was another one. This is another band shirt. This is actually a 2023 Weezer Indie Rock Road Trip concert shirt. You can see that there. It's got all the dates on it. Closest one to us was August 24th, Berkeley. Go figure. I'm sure Weezer does well in Berkeley. I like Weezer. Weezer's got some cool tracks. Okay, so just a couple more items because like I said, we didn't get much. This is just a North Face jacket, but it's the water repellent, I guess. This is kind of the quintessential North Face. It's a men's medium, so it's not that great of a size, but it's just it's in really good shape. North Face. I think we paid like our bins is like up to, I don't remember. I want to say it was like $2 something a pound. And then we did get a couple of other things. Candy got a couple of pairs of shoes. One pair already sold, which probably paid for the whole haul. It was a pair of Adidas. I'll put it here, the pair that sold. And then we have a pair of Hoka's here that I told her not to get, and she got anyway. But they're kind of chewed up. I don't know. They'll probably do, I mean, we could probably get, I don't know, nothing for them. They're just in bad shape. I mean, they're not in horrible shape, but I don't know if they're in reselling shape. So there's that pair of Hoka's, the pair of Adidas. We did grab this. This is like a vintage. I think this is like a Pottery Barn or something like that. What is this? Yeah, Pottery Barn Christmas stocking for Paul. So Paul, if you're out there, you can rebuy your Christmas stocking from us. Was that it of the loose stuff? I think so. And then there was this. This is a Jack Skellington women's kind of a cardigan style open sweater. You can kind of see the pattern there. Goes all the way around. It's pretty cool. It's in good shape. A lot of Jack Skellington fans out there. So anyway, that's what we got from that was a Goodwill Bins haul. I might hold off on putting this video out until we because we might go do something today. Candy's finally off. She's been working like crazy. I've been underneath my truck or in the engine compartment of my truck for the last week.
Are you sure you're a mechanic?
Sure, I'm a mechanic.
You're not really a mechanic, are you?
So that's kind of sucked us mentally, phusically, and monetarily. I was just calculating. Receipts from this repair, and we're into like the $1,800 range. So, yeah, just kind of a gut punch there to get the truck running again. So anyway, yeah. So I don't know if I want to end it here, but I probably should. Just tell you goodbye and thanks and all that good stuff, just in case I just decide to put this out. Been kind of looking into how to do shorts and different ways to format things and change up the videos a little bit. So bear with me. I'm a little bit older, so a lot of this technology kind of goes right over my head, and I have no idea how to do it. I'm lucky I know how to check my email.
Do you know anything about computers?
Little.
But we'll get it, man. We'll figure it out. We figured out how to fix the truck, and I hope. I shouldn't jinx it, but anyway. Okay. That's it for now. I'm not going to say goodbye. I'm just going to say hold on tight and check this next haul out. But just in case, do all the stuff. Like, subscribe, comment, share this with your friends, share it with your mom. Valentine's Day is coming up. You could put this video into a Valentine's Day message to your loved one, because who doesn't want to see this? So you could do that. That's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
Right? Yeah. And then thank you so much for all the support. We really appreciate it. Everything's going good, man. We're still selling tons of things. I'll do a what sell lot. We've had a couple bigger items sell. We're kind of running out of bigger items to sell, so I gotta get some more. So maybe I'll do that. Although our last video was a what sold. Maybe I'll do a February what sold. I'll wait. All right. Anyway, I'm just thinking out loud. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you.